There is a time coming upon us where civil governments in an adversarial way are going to restrict your ability to speak freely outside of the walls of your church. In other words, they have said that they're freely going to allow you to say whatever it is that you want inside the walls of your church, but when you come outside into public, they're going to severely limit your ability to speak. These are the things that we believe in. First, that parents have the right to raise their children the way they want. Second, that those we elect to serve us in civil government must respect and defend our right of belief and freedom of religion. Number three, that the laws and policies of civil government must provide for the safety and security of the citizens, especially the vulnerable among us. And number four, that it is inappropriate to heap debt upon the backs of our children and future generations. They came from you. They're your pillars. Hi, this is Doug Sharp, host of the National Leadership Briefing, and this is the Midweek Touchpoint. Well, we are mid-month, really, and we're just a couple of weeks away from the next National Leadership Briefing. So, of course, I'm going to take this opportunity to encourage you to prepare yourself for that briefing by doing three things. First of all, is I'm going to encourage you to make a commitment to attend the briefing yourself. Now, I know that it does happen during the day, and oftentimes people aren't able to be present at the briefing. But if you can be present and attend the briefing itself, please do so. If not, please make sure that you follow up in your email box and watch the video of the briefing and receive what was shared on the briefing on that day. So that's happening on Friday, June the 4th. If you can mark that in your calendar, of course, we're going to send you notices to remind you as well. If you're registered for the National Leadership Briefing, you will get the link by mail and those reminder notices. But please make that first all-important decision now to be present at the briefing. The second decision I'm going to encourage you to make today is the decision to bring someone with you. Encourage someone between now and the time of the briefing to perhaps join you, sit beside you, or perhaps join you online or be there present online watching it while you're watching it at home. And just make commitments right now that you're going to share news of the briefing with someone else. The reason is, of course, is that we're going to be welcoming them. They're welcoming their voice being added to ours, and our influence is going to grow once again, as it does each month, by having more and more people on the briefing that share our views and values. If I can make a tip for you, just share a tip with you, though, what I found is that if you share with people your four-pillar beliefs, tell them that the reason why you are on the briefing yourself is because you believe that it's important to protect and preserve the right of parents to raise their children the way they want. Let them know that you are there because it is your expectation that those you elect to serve you in civil government must respect and defend your right of belief and freedom of religion. Let them know also that you prioritize the vulnerable and the safety of citizens, and that the laws and policies that are passed by civil government must provide for that safety and security. And then finally, let your friends know that you are working with us on the National Leadership Briefing because you believe in the all-important work of immediately beginning to lift the debt off of the backs of our children and future generations that civil government has placed on them. So when you share these ideas with other people and let them know that there's all kinds of other people on the National Leadership Briefing like them, and that all we'd like to do is add their voice and the authority of them as a citizen, we want to add all of our authorities together and speak to these issues and advance them, then that is something that I think is going to be most attractive. So first of all, you're going to make the decision to be on the briefing yourself. Second, I'm going to encourage you to bring somebody else with you. And third, I'm going to ask you to make the commitment, make the decision today that you are going to cast your vote in the next federal election and every other election, mind you, but especially in the next federal election, and that you're going to be informed and make an informed choice on that day as to who you vote for. Now, we're going to help you with that, but I just need you at this point to make the decision that you're going to vote. Now, those are the three decisions that I wanted you to make today, but I also wanted to give you a little bit of an idea as to what your friends are going to experience if they come on the National Leadership Briefing on June the 4th. First of all, we're going to roll the clock ahead and we're going to show people what the world of your children are going to look like, what is their world going to look like when there is a massive burden of debt
on them as citizens. Now, your children now are going to be grown-up tax-paying citizens. They're going to be leading their own lives. But what does the world look like for our children when there is a 1.4, 1.5, maybe $2 trillion federal debt on their burdens on their backs as taxpayers? And what does that burden manifest like in their lives? What does it look like? So we're going to take a look at that. The second thing we're going to look at is we're going to take a look at our jurisdictional sphere of authority training template. And we're going to take a look at how it is that we can secure authority in a different sphere than we already exist in. For example, we talk about your own personal sphere of authority or the self-authority sphere. We talk about family government. We talk about civil government. How do you get authority in other spheres? We're going to talk about that as well. And we're also going to be taking a look at something called the anatomy of political extinction. That's the anatomy of political extinction. Now, this is a continuation of a conversation that we started having a couple of years back when we looked at the entombment of Christians in their churches. The idea that there is a time coming upon us where civil governments in an adversarial way are going to restrict your ability to speak freely outside of the walls of your church. In other words, they have said that they're freely going to allow you to say whatever it is that you want inside the walls of your church, but when you come outside into public, they're going to severely limit your ability to speak. Well, that has happened, and now we're moving to the next level, and that is when your views and values are going to be under siege, and you're going to be unable to have them represented as part of the political processes. So this is why it is called the anatomy of political extinction. Are we, as people of faith in Canada, facing right in front of us the possibility that we and our political influence is going to become extinct? And is someone actively working to actually make that happen? So we're going to have a look at that as well, and all sorts of other things. But I just wanted to let you know it definitely will not be a waste of your time. We spend 1 hour together once a month. That is all we have as far as the time together, just long enough to touch base and remind ourselves of the power that we can have as we all come together to advance the things that we believe in. So I look forward to serving you on Friday, June the 4th on the National Leadership Briefing. I'm thanking you so much for making those 3 all-important decisions: to attend the briefing yourself, to bring somebody with you, and to prepare yourself to cast your vote in an informed way in the next federal election. Thank you so much for that. Now, in the meantime, and until next time, God bless you, God bless your family, and may God, of course, continue to bless this great nation of Canada. Bye for now.